Hey guys, I just want to thank everyone for clicking on today's video. And before I start on today's video, I just want to thank everyone who gave me feedback. I got a lot of good feedback about camera angles for my last video, so I'll make sure to make those angles better so you guys can see the exercises better. But without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and apologize. I've been gone this weekend. I've been up in Gunnison and I didn't have much internet service, so I couldn't make this movie review. So it's a little later than what I like it to be. But I did watch Aquaman twice now, and I got to say, it's a man movie. I give it 6 out of 10 stars. James Wan, the director, did a really good job with the visual effects, but he did go overboard with it, in my opinion. He definitely made it seem like it was more of an anime, and like the uniforms were just out of control, sparkly. And the fight scenes, though, this is one thing that I am going to talk about, that the fight scenes were amazing. They were actually slowed down to a point where you could understand what was happening. Because in previous DC movies, as we all know, the fight scenes are just all over the place. You can't keep up. You're like, oh, this guy's over here, this guy's over there now. But the fight scenes in this movie, I have to say, the choreograph was amazing. They made it seem like if you were underwater, this is how you would fight. You would flip, move, use the, kind of the 0G to your advantage. And then being above sea, using that straight, just pure muscle that Jason Momoa brings as Aquaman. And I got to say, the second reason why I suggest going to see this movie is that Jason Momoa brought a lot of character into Aquaman, and he made a humorous bit about it. And you could tell it's just not all serious. They added a little bit more humor compared to the usual DC dark, all gritty, mean Batman. But they did a good job. I also have to say, my second thing that I really liked about this movie was Amber Heard. Mera did a lot of job bringing the ethos to the movie, bringing that emotion where she's trying to connect to Aquaman and his human side. But, Jason Momoa's character, Aquaman, did not want to connect to the Atlanteans for killing his mother, who is Atlantia, and that's under Nicole Kidman, which also an amazing actor. I gotta say, the villain Patrick Wilson did an okay job. He did a good job being like kind of the psycho of the movie, and kind of just like, oh, I have one goal and I want to be king. He has a power hungry complex. That's why he wants to start the war, which is a good plot, but overall he didn't intimidate me, and I didn't think he was a great villain, to be honest. So that's one downfall of it. I gotta say though, Black Manta, played by Yahya Abdul-Mateen II, he did an amazing job bringing some nastiness to the character. And definitely, if you think of Black Manta, you think of just a needy, down to earth fighting guy, and that's what he brought. And I have to be honest, guys, I'm not a huge Aquaman fan. I don't know a lot about it, even though I say I'm a huge comic book fan. I know there were some Easter eggs in there that were really cool. So if you're just an Aquaman fan, that's one reason why you should go check it out. But no, overall, it had a great cast. I mean, Willem Dafoe was there, so obviously, Willem Dafoe, he played Green Goblin in the original Spider-Mans, but he did a good job playing Nudis Vulko, and basically he did a good job with being the mentor type throughout the movie. And that's one other complaint I had with the visuals, was basically, when you look back at the flashbacks, they just look so fake, and you're kind of like, it's kind of hard to relate when the acting's over exaggerated as well as the visual effects of it. But what can I say overall? And I'm sorry if I butchered some of these. I know some of them I'm not hitting correctly, but overall, I think it was a great movie for the most part. Obviously, it had the typical DC fashion where they're just trying to shove so much down your throat. And I gotta say, the last fight scene, which I will not give away because I want to make this non-spoiler, but I definitely, if you just see the last part of it, it's definitely worth going to see it. It puts a lot of action into it, but it's definitely a cheesier movie of Aquaman, and it's hard to make Aquaman not seem cheesy because, let's be honest, he's greatest weakness is that he can only be on land, and it's kind of the joke, and he talks to fish, and they make a few jokes about that. And overall, they made him Aquaman as cool as he possibly could be. And I'm not a huge fan of Aquaman, but I gotta say, they knocked it out of the park. So thank you guys so much for clicking on today's video. Go ahead, subscribe. I really am enjoying all these new subscribers I'm getting in and the new views. So if you haven't already subscribed, please do. It really helps me out a lot. Leave a like at the video. Tell me what you thought about the movie. I definitely would like to know. And contact me on Snapchat, Facebook, Twitter, and just let me know what y'all think. So y'all have a great New Year's. Go have fun. Talk to y'all later.